I don't know how you follow that one. Everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
It's quite a spread, isn't it? Ever since I got here, Tom's just like, yeah, you know, everything, I know y'all think everything's bigger in Texas, but good God. They don't have anything like this. I'm like, nah, we don't. There's a point, though, when you think about somebody compensating for something out here. I'm just kidding if you're here. No, it's an honor to be here. Like Carl said, I met him a long time ago, and Mr. Barry and I have been friends for quite a long time. When he asked me to do this, I absolutely jumped at it. Every now and again I get to do something that I enjoy. So coming out here and being a part of this was something that I really wanted to do. And him, Mr. Carl bringing up the first time we met, it was something else. I remember I grinned from ear to ear, and then shook his hand, and then he left the part out. The part was when I came in and gave me a hug, and my head hit him under the armpit. I was like, man, don't ever hug me like that again, man. I'm not used to people being talked, but it was pretty funny. Friendship's always been there, so it's quite the honor to be here to speak to all of you guys. Especially to be around a lot of the veterans. I was talking to some of the guys upstairs, and we were talking about some of the problems that, after you had any problems since you've been out or anything like that. And I said, you know what, I never had any problems mentally. I didn't. Maybe because of the training I had, or I was just crazy before I got in. But the thing that I think that we can all agree on is the fact that when I did get separated from the military, it was before my time. I didn't want to leave. My body gave up before my mind did. And the thing that I missed the most was my teammates. And I didn't know that was going to happen. I wasn't ready for that. Everybody talks about the problem to get out, but that's what it is. It's a hole that is created inside of us that can only be filled by being around those guys. And we chase everything trying to fill it, but you can't. You can't fill it. That's the one thing. After going through everything that we go through, and especially the war fighters out here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the death's right there and you're dealing with all that, and those guys, and we come together the way we do, that separation anxiety was the thing that I think that got me the most. And I was just angry all the time, I think. Luckily, I found a good woman. Man, she calmed me down like you wouldn't believe. But there is a reason why women are on this planet, and that is to make sure we don't screw up. So I know that now. I wasn't married then, but I am now, and I owe everything to my wife. Thank God for her. But there's a lot of literature out. There's a movie out about everything. One of my experiences that I went through while I was in Afghanistan. So we can talk a little bit about that, and I'll fill you in on some details that maybe weren't in the film. And wait, where's Frankie? I didn't see you down there. I'm so glad you're here, man. I'm fired up and everything. This guy when I found out this guy rescued me. He's the one that saved my bacon. So, and in the film and everything, it was one of those dynamic situations to where they had to put something in the movie, enough into the film to where it made sense, and then everything else just kind of fell by the wayside. And it's sad too, because there were so many moving parts to this operation. The operation itself was almost 6 days long. So anybody and everybody who was in Afghanistan at the time had a part in it. And his was the biggest. He's the one that had to come in and get me. He drew the short straw, so to speak. But everything I'm fixing to tell you fails into comparison to how crazy it was for him to get that helicopter on that mountain to get me out of there. And he probably won't tell you he's a heck of a guy, and he just a day at the office kind of a deal, but it wasn't. Okay? It wasn't a day at the office. I mean, you all right? I saw that. So, to give you a little background on myself, I started training for the SEAL teams when I was 14 years old. All right, it's customary in my family for all the men to serve in the military. So when my brother and I became teenagers, he came up with this great idea that we were going to be Navy SEALs, and I had no idea what that was. And my brother, to give you a little insight on that, we're identical twins. He's 7 minutes older than me, but